This is extremely exciting for me in particular. You know, I was able to research about 20 years George Washington's spy ring, and he also talked about one of the major things about the spy ring was so incredible was the invisible ink that they used back then. So this famous letter for the first time has been seen over in 100 years, is now out in the public. George Washington, who came up with the spy ring, is asking in this letter, James J., whose brother John J. brought the invisible ink to the spy ring, he's asking him for more liquid. Now, we haven't seen this in public since Teddy Roosevelt was president, and Nathan Rabb has brought that out with Rabb Collections. Nathan, welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
You wrote me with this to tell me this is out there, you think this might be of interest. What does this letter say?
Well, it's an incredibly exciting find. It's a letter during the Revolutionary War relating to espionage in the hand of George Washington. It's from 1780. You can see he signed G. Washington as he did all his letters. And he's looking for a way to communicate with his spy ring to find intelligence on the British, where they are, how many troops they are, without them knowing that he's doing this. And he has this intricate network, but he needs this invisible ink that no one else can decipher.
It's like gold, and he writes this, "Dear sir, the liquid," he doesn't say indivisible ink, "the liquid which you were so obliging as to furnish me for the purpose of private correspondence is exhausted. And as I have found it very useful, I take the liberty to request you will favor me with a further supply. I have still a sufficiency of the material for the counterparts on hand should you not should you not have by you the necessary ingredients, if they are to be procured at any of the hospitals within your reach." What does he mean by hospital?
It's just an incredible letter. So this guy, it wasn't like they had secret laboratories back then. He could just like call up and say, you know, make me more invisible ink, or go on Amazon. They had to create this whole network from scratch. And the guy who created this invisible ink was a doctor, but he was also like a chemist on the side. And he had access to these chemicals at this hospital.
So ultimately, didn't Washington decide it's too complicated to rely on him? We're going to have to brew up our own laboratory.
Well, actually, he said, not only that, but I want you to come in and run this laboratory. So James J. writes back and says, listen, you want all this stuff. I'm working out of my house, my basement. My wife's getting on my case. You got to build me like a proper laboratory.
You know what's so great about this? I read Brian's book. Brian talks about this, and then we're actually seeing it and having you on
Brian,
talk about this original letter.
How much? $65,000?
Somebody can buy this for $65,000,
That's right. Rabb Collection.
Buy it.
If someone's interested, where do they go?
RabbCollection.com. RAAB Collection.com.
Right, and here's the crazy thing. These spy rings, they knew that these guys, how valuable it was, and there was Abraham Woodhull's working on it. His sister doesn't know he's even a spy, walks in the room, and he knocks over the invisible ink stain. So what you do is you write invisible ink, which is almost impossible. It disappears as you write it. Then you got to pour the stain on top of it, and then it comes to life. And then you got to tear up the letter.
So if you spill the stain and you don't have any more, you can't read the letter.
Right, and they all have to share it, the whole ring. So the sister wants in there playing around, he spills it, and then you see why it's so valuable, as you see Washington begging for it.
It's so complicated. Luckily, now we just have encryption on our smartphone.
Right, now we have text messages.
All right, so once again, if people are interested, how do they find it online?
RabbCollection.com.
All right.
It's wonderful.
Very good.
Right, and they have a whole bunch of great American history stuff. Since Washington's not writing any more letters, I imagine that's a good investment.
It's incredible. I mean, how often do you see a letter of George Washington about espionage?
All right.
Well, and if you want more information on this, you've got to read Brian's book. Where can they buy your book?
Just wherever there is. It's all over the place. George Washington's Secret Six.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Great.